Let me tell you about our trip to be our guest, and stay tuned at the end so I can tell you a little bit about my faith experience this week. Thanks for being here. Our recent trip to Disney was something else. I had all of our dining set, I had all of our park reservations done, and when we got there, things got crazy, and it wasn't looking good that I was going to get to do the one dining experience that I really wanted to do. When we took our grandkids to Disney in 2020 after the pandemic, we went to Cinderella's Royal Table. Now, I don't even know if Be Our Guest was open at that time, but we did that because everybody wants to eat in the castle, right? I mean, Cinderella Castle? Who doesn't want to do that? You have to have a little sympathy for my husband, who just didn't understand what the excitement was about going and eating in the Beast's castle. You see, I'm 59 years old and I still wanted to go sit and eat dinner in a castle. So we were able to make reservations kind of last minute, and boy, I'm going to tell you something, it was so worth it. Now, it's definitely a one and done. It's not something that I would, fall all over myself to do again, but I sure had fun walking into the castle, being able to see the wonderful decor and the decorations. And then, they do let you walk around and see all of the other rooms, even if you're not dining in it. But oh my gosh, right here, the Beast comes out, and you don't hear the sound that I was making when I was videotaping this, because my husband was sitting there eating with his back to this, and I was like, look, there's the Beast, he's here. I don't know, that's kind of crazy. We were able to get last-minute, same-day reservations, which I was glad about that. We had to reschedule our week a little bit and change the day that we went to Magic Kingdom. So I was really relieved that we were able to get these seats. However, I wasn't really excited about our table. We were up against the wall on a small two-seater table. A lot of traffic going back and forth beside us. Right behind me was where the kitchen was, so we had to really hear a lot of the noise of all of that. That wasn't so great, but I'm going to tell you something. Our server was wonderful. Some people say that you get rushed when you go to this restaurant. We didn't feel that way at all. The French onion soup has a reputation for being absolutely delicious, and I can tell you it is. It was worth it. I chose the grilled filet mignon for my entree, and it was delicious. I dug into it before I started taking videos first, so I apologize about that. It came with smashed potatoes, harlots vert, green beans, and a sauce à Provence. It was delicious. I got the dessert trio for my dessert. It included a chocolate tart, a dark chocolate truffle, and lemon jam macaroon. It doesn't matter. It was delicious. So the way this dining experience works is you either go for lunch or dinner, and they've got a set fee, and you get to choose from multiple items for dessert, appetizer, and your main entree. While you're waiting or after your meal, you have the opportunity to walk through the castle and see some of the other rooms. So since we were sitting in the grand ballroom, we decided to go over to the west wing and walk around over in the side of the castle that is the Beast's mysterious west wing. It's his study, and it's also the area where that rose is that basically keeps him alive. It's kind of dark, it's kind of ominous, but it's really kind of quiet and kind of warm, even though it's dark. You can see the thunder outside, but I think I'd probably sit over here just because it's a little bit more cozy than over in the grand ballroom. And it's kind of fun to see decorations like the damaged portrait of the Beast from when he was cute. And now just a view of the grand ballroom from the other side of the area where we were sitting. It's actually in the center of the room. What's really cool about those windows is they say that the snowstorm that you see out there is actually footage from the actual movie. And now we enter into the Rose Gallery, the place where Belle and Beast romance comes to life, and the beauty of their wonderful romance is displayed in the wonderful artwork and decor throughout the room. This room is smaller than the Grand Gallery, but it still has much of that same loud, congested sound, so this would probably be my second choice as to where to sit. Although, one thing about this spot, it doesn't seem like there are any of the tables like we had where you're sitting right on top of everybody that's moving food back and forth from the kitchen, but it's a lovely location. I would highly recommend a visit to Be Our Guest, whether you're an adult or you have children. It is definitely a one and done, but those kids are going to absolutely enjoy the decor, the immersion of being in Belle's Castle, or actually Beast's Castle, and it's definitely a fun experience. So now I'm going to move into my faith talk for this week. And so if you're done watching the Disney stuff, that's fine. But if you'd like to stick with me, I sure would love to have you. I think I've mentioned before that I participate in the Bible Study Fellowship Bible study as a children's leader of all things. More information in the link about that. But these past few weeks in Bible Study Fellowship, we've been studying John. Actually, we're studying John this year. We've watched Jesus move from his public ministry to his private preparations of his disciples. Little side note, I ran out of Be Our Guest footage, so I'm just going to show you footage from my favorite park. So anyway, it has really hit home to me how Jesus treated Judas, who he knew would betray him. He treated him the very same way he treated John, the disciple he loved. He so completely showed unconditional love for him that even when he told the disciples how they would know who would betray him, they missed it. He used the tradition of honoring a treasured guest as the way he would show them who his betrayer was. They instead thought he was just honoring Judas. Who am I to take any greater offense from someone who offends me than my Savior, the Son of God, the Messiah, took to the man who betrayed him to death? There are a few on my quote-unquote list that God has made it clear to me that I am to love them as sweetly and as tenderly as Jesus loved Judas. So we're only about halfway through the study. If you would like more information about Bible Study Fellowship, I'll put a link in the description. But then you could also visit bsfinternational.org to find a local or online class, and it's available for men, women, young adults, and depending on when you go, there may be a school program for kids who are in elementary school, middle school, and high school, or a preschool program for those little people that need to hear things of the Lord. Thank you for joining me. Put a question in the comment if you have anything you'd like to ask me about BSF or the study of John or my faith in general. And then, of course, if you have any questions about Disney, I'd love to hear from them too. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Oh, and I almost forgot the most important thing. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and ring that bell icon. Just like I said before, I'm going to combine my love of Disney, maybe add some travel stuff. I got an exciting trip coming up in April. And then, of course, share my faith. And I will always mark when my share my faith starts so that if you don't want to listen to it, you don't have to, but you're always welcome to listen, ask questions, whatever you like. Again, subscribe, ring the bell icon. I'll see you soon.